Okay, so we are in a new filming location, so it took me a long time to figure out where to put my phone to film, but I think I figured it out. You're on a bunch of pillows leaning against the teddy bear, as you should be. You know, where's a better place to be? Nowhere. Anyways, a few months ago, I filmed a video where I read a book from my childhood, and I just moved back to my childhood home. And I found another one. So I thought, let's read that, because that was probably my favorite video I've ever made. If you haven't seen it, I will link it down below, I guess, because I'm a YouTuber, which is weird to say. Anyways, let's get started. So this is Rainbow Magic, Gabriella, the Snow Kingdom Fairy, and it is a special edition, which means it's not 4 pages long, it's at least 5. These books were always fun. I thought these, as a kid, these were like a 400-page novel, like, you know, that's what it's comparable to. It is only 500 and, no, wow, it's only 161 pages, so won't take me long to read, and I thought let's bring you guys on that journey, because I had fun last time, and yeah, I don't even know what this one's about. Gabriella, Snow Kingdom Fairy, magic objects are missing, and winter break could be ruined for everyone. Jack Frost is probably behind it. Winter is not a wonderland, it's a mess. Sounds like Canada in the winter. And apparently the summer, because I heard it snowing in the mountains, which is... okay. Anyways, let's get on to the part you're here for. The book review, not my rambling. So in the start of each book, there's a little spell Jack Frost casts. And in this one, he's like, wait, why are people happy because it's snowing, even though I'm happy that it's snowing? I'm gonna make everyone miserable. Like, buddy, maybe you'd have more people on your side if you let them enjoy the snow. Also, I'm convinced that Jack Frost comes here every winter and does whatever this is. Also, find the hidden letters in the snowballs throughout this book, unscramble all 6 letters to make a special winter word. Folks, let's do it together. We will come back, so there's 6, so I'll make 6 lines, because I'm annotating this, and we'll make the word together as we go. Kind of like Dora the Explorer, but not. So far Christy and Rachel are at a ski hill together, you know, the best place to ski. Be in the winter, I guess. I don't ski, personally. My dad and brother do. They enjoy it. I don't like heights, so you're not getting me up a mountain on a little rickety seat. But Christy is skiing and Rachel is snowboarding because she's a show-off. And they go down a small hill and both say we, and that's fun. So that's what's going on so far. In case you cared. Oh, they both fall in the snow and realize, this snow's a little bit hard. Usually snow is nice and soft. And then there's this poor little child making a snowman, but the snowman is crumbling because the snow is so hard. I think that's called ice. So, Rachel sees the snowman falling apart, has fallen into the snow and gone, ow, that hurts, it's hard. And it's like, hey, Christy, let's have a snowball fight. And Christy is like, yes. I now know where I get everything. Like, this peak dumbassery comes from this. Reminds me of this one time. So, my closet doesn't have insulation or something, I don't remember. It hangs off the house. And a few years, there's been snow in the back of it. And when I was younger, I saw some snow, or what I thought was snow. It was hard snow, so ice, for those of you who don't know. And I threw some at my dad, because I thought it was a snowball, but it was just like a chunk of ice, and he was like, where'd you get that? When did you go outside? Because I was like getting ready for bed, and I was like, from my closet. And, you know, it was probably cold enough that I could have kept ice cream in there. So that's a fun fact. So after the girls throw the snowballs at each other, another snowball randomly appears and is like flying towards Rachel. I still get them confused. Flying towards Rachel, and then it just like poofs into a fairy, and I think that's just a little traumatic. since this girl just had a block of ice, well, a circle of ice thrown at her face. But, you know, you do you. I wonder how all the fairies know Christy and Rachel, because, like, I don't remember the first series, so I don't know if they all met Christy and Rachel, but there's, like, a billion books, so I don't think all the fairies have met them. But Gabriella here just knows who Christy and Rachel is, even though they do introduce themselves. I think it would be cool if in one of the books a fairy is like, oh my god, you're Christy and Rachel, but doesn't need any help or anything. It's just like, oh yeah, I know you from your photos up in the castle wall. Like, we celebrate your birthdays. So, that would be cool. I want to know, I want more Christy and Rachel as the savior of the fairyland lore. I would really like to know, how do they celebrate Christy and Rachel for all that they've done personally in their own little lives without Christy and Rachel knowing? Also, what is still, like, what's the story with Jack Frost here? I'm curious. Is he a exiled fairy? Did the fairy steal all of his stuff and he's just stealing them back because of that last book, Bring My Things Back, My Flowers Back to Me? What's up with that? I still want to know. I'm really digging deep into this child book. So the fairy is like, oh, Jack Frost stole my snowflake, and the only way to know it's there when we find it is that the snow will look nice around it and not like it's ice. And then whichever one, Christy looks up and she's like, how weird, it's snowing there but not over there. Huh. And the fairy is like, oh my god, it is. Oh, that's weird. Those look like actual snowflakes. Interesting. I wonder what it is, kids. Also, I have not found a word in a snowball yet. I just remembered that I'm supposed to be looking for those. I'll keep you updated on when I do. Like, am I the only one who feels like Gabriella could have just seen that herself? You know, like, oh, look. I'm not in a snowball form, so I can actually use my eyeballs. Oh, there, it's snowing. It's like normal snow. Maybe I don't need to enlist the help of these two humans. Which, like, do you think Jack Frost also thinks that Christy and Rachel are, like, the great saviors, and that's why he always hides these things around them? Are, like, is Jack Frost, like, how is he connected to them? Why are they always there? Why is it them? Like, I want to know. I want to dig way too deep into this book. Well, this series. Like, I just want to dig into it and tear it apart and rebuild it into something beautiful. Well, it's already something beautiful, obviously, because I keep reading them. I've read two. But, you know what I'm saying? Like, let's create the lore of this world. Why Christy and Rachel? Unless it's censored in the first book, because I have not read that one in a long time, obviously. I was a young child, and I don't own them anymore. But, like, why them? How does all of this keep happening around them? Like, it would be cool. Maybe this happens in a later book where a fairy is like, oh my god, I need your help. But you're all the way in, like, London, and I'm in Louisiana. You know? That would be cool. I am digging way too deep into this. Welcome to my channel. See, on page 17, the Goblin that you can't see because it's bright, this guy is like, Jack Frost gave me strict instructions not to let any of them near our snowflake. So, are they saying that because they stole it and it's like finders, keepers, losers, sweepers? Or are they saying that because the fairies stole all of these magical items from Jack Frost and made him the cold-hearted man he is today? I want to get to the bottom of this. Because then the fairy is like, our snowflake, what on earth? But she never says, that's mine. So, who knows? I think I'm onto something here. So, we're literally doing this page by page. I hope you guys realize that. Gabriella is like, I could make you guys into snowmen, and that's how we'll get my snowflake back, but when you move, you're not going to look like snowmen anymore. So the girls are like, we're going to inch really slowly. So that's an interesting plan. Here's Christy and Rachel as snowmen, but then we get an exciting thing. We got our first letter. It's an E, so I wrote that on the first page so we can keep track. So far we have an E, folks. This could be anywhere in the word. I remember once, in one of the special edition books, I had written down all of the letters on a piece of paper. I don't know, I was probably in like grade 3. And I brought them to my teacher and I was like, can you help me find out what word this spells? And she just looked at it and went, there's too many vowels. And that was it. That's the only help I got, so. I hope I get more help with you guys. Thanks. So the goblins have discovered the snowmen, well, snow women, Snow Christy and Rachel, and they're excited. They're like, cool, there's snowmen that weren't there 30 seconds ago. That's cool. I like a snowman. I've literally just read like the one sentence where it's happened, but it's fine. So the stakes have been raised. The girls are so close to being discovered. How are we gonna get out of this one, folks? I don't know. My heart's a bumpin'. My heart's a beat. I meant to say beating. My heart's a beatin'. Stay tuned. Aw. So the goblin is telling the other goblin, hey, we have to stop horsing around. We can't go look at those snowmen because we have to get Jack Frost's party ready. We have to get ready for his party. And you know what he wants at his party? You know what Jack Frost wants at his party? He wanted the snow around his castle to he wanted the snow around his castle to be perfect so everyone would have fun playing in it. That's why he stole the magic snowflake. He just wants to have a good time. I don't know what this thing in the beginning was about other people being miserable. He just wants us to have a good time. You know what? Get to the bottom of this. Is Jack Frost a good or an evil man? We don't know. Let's figure it out, folks. Let's do this. This is my 2020. Like, we're halfway through, but we're like, yeah, halfway through. We need to know, is Jack Frost good at heart? And is he just really bad at displaying how good he is? Or is he just pure evil? Or are the fairies evil? Like, what, I don't remember the word, but what narrative are we gonna run with here in the, fandom? We're making a fandom. If you've watched this video, welcome to the fandom. Just kidding, the very next sentence is the same goblin being like, and he's gonna enjoy it even more now that everything is ruined for the fairies and the humans, so maybe I was wrong. Ignore everything I just said, it doesn't matter. Jack Frost is a mean man. Except for that one part in the other book I reviewed where it's like, is this stuff all his? Who knows? Maybe that's why he's mean. Maybe he... New theory. All of the magical items belong to Jack Frost. The fairies stole them because they thought they could take care of them better. He's mad. Then he starts stealing it back because, you know, that's mine. And then the fairies enlist Christy and Rachel to help. So now Jack Frost hates fairies, he hates humans, and he's just all around not having a good day, and he just wants the snow to be fun for his party. I would too. If I ever went outside in the winter, that sounds insane. So they found the magic snowflake, and the goblins are playing frisbee with it, as you would, with a giant magic snowflake. And then they fling it towards the girls, so they move towards it, and their snowman disguises go away, so the goblins can see them. Hey! Cried a goblin. Those snowmen just turned into girls! That's probably my favorite line so far. So now they're on a chase after the goblins who got the snowflake back, and the girls are on their skis and snowboards, but they don't have a lot of practice, and I'm pretty sure they're about to go down a black diamond, because it's a really steep mountain, from the looks of it in the photo as well. That's pretty steep. I've never been skiing, as I have previously stated. But I know that Black Diamond is like the hardest, steepest part of the mountain. Right? Yeah, I think. I don't know. Yeah, that's the one that it's always like, wow, you did a Black Diamond? So they're probably going down a Black Diamond with their... When usually they just go down bunny slopes. So, let's see if they survive. Because I personally wouldn't. I would fall and hit a tree, and that would just be it. I would cease to exist. So, let's see if Christy and Rachel can do better. So, on the chase down the hill, Rachel... I've already forgotten. Yes, Rachel grabs the snowflake, and it's so cold it like numbs her hand completely, so she can't keep holding it, so they lose it. But they're gonna make a snowdrift at the bottom of the hill to capture all the goblins, like seen in that photo. Which is great. But I now have a new question. Are people seeing this? Like, who's on this hill? Is is there some sort of, like, cover over humans' eyes so they can't see the fairies? Is this a thing in one of the books? Because I am curious, like, how are people not noticing a bunch of, I'm assuming green men in, is it purple pants? Like, purple skirts? Green men in purple skirts just, like, floating down a hill. Is this normal here? Maybe it's like a Comic-Con convention, but in the mountains on a ski hill. That would make sense. Also, okay, I've been not mentioning this, but Gabriella's magic, when she, like, uses her wand, like, the colors that come out of it are blue and red. Which, like, yeah, I get the blue because it's, like, Christmassy, and I guess the red because her outfit has some red, but just blue and white would make a lot more sense for the winter. I don't know, I feel like red is kind of like, oh, what is this, the 4th of July, you know? So that keeps bothering me, like, or at least purple and red to match her outfit, but blue and red for snow just doesn't work up here. So, yeah. Gabriella, on page 45, why are you like, oh, this time I'll tie the magic snowflake down to the tree with some magic tinsel so no one steals it? Why didn't you, knowing the fairy track record, why didn't you do that before? Why is that just not what you do? That should be the first thing you do whenever you have anything magical in all of Fairyland. You should just magically keep it there if you have that option, because it's going to get stolen. Okay, so I don't remember this, but so I guess that was book 1, because now there's a new page of contents. Huh. Interesting. Also, we've only still found one snowball with one letter. So, we're 51 pages in. Where are the others? Am I missing them? Am I stupid? Oh, I found another one on the next page, but that's still 2 out of 6. And, you know. What's going on? Ooh, there's a cake. Oh, I'm excited. But you know what I'm saying is, it's like, we need some more letters. Numbers. Letters? Wow. Letters to make a word. So far we have E. And I'll just spoil it now because I already looked at it. C. So we have E and C. E-C. What does that make? It's probably icy. But with, like, a lot of Y's. I know how to spell. So, Gabriella comes back, and she's like, hey, Jack Frost stole the chest of festive spirit. Why didn't you use your magic tinsel to keep it on the mantle or wherever it was? Why didn't you, if you knew he was stealing one thing, he probably was gonna steal others. He has a track record of doing this, folks. Why are we not paying attention to that? Fairies, come on. Like, this could have been solved. All of your problems could have been solved if you just used your magic tinsel. So we learn how Jack Frost stole the potion, and Gabriella says he dressed up as a caroler. Then he snuck into the fairy palace and stole the silver chest. Are there carolers in Fairyland that look like this? I don't think so, because I'm pretty sure there's only one man, and he is the Fairy King. So, why, like, how did you fall for this? Were you drunk? Probably. They were probably drunk. Do fairies, can they get drunk? Is there an alcohol fairy? I know there wouldn't, because these are for kids, but, like, how would that work in Fairyland? I'm curious. I keep saying that. I'm curious about everything, but wow, this, I love him in that outfit. That is what I would look like if I was Jack Frost. In case you were curious. So to get the chest back, the girls have to go into Jack Frost's magic castle, and it says on page 61 here that they've been in his castle before when they were helping Holly, the Christmas fairy, And I remember that book. It's also on the back here, like in the last page. He is right there. I don't think I own that one anymore, but I wonder what her deal was bringing them into there. I'm curious. Again, if I was on a TV show, that would be my catchphrase. I'm curious. Ah. Anyways, we've still only found E and C. So, can the other fairies help fairies out with their problems? Let's say Gabriella goes up to, I don't know, let's pick a random, who looks friendly? Stella the Star Fairy. So if she goes up to Stella, and she's like, hey Stella, Ella, Ola, clap, clap, clap. Because that's their secret handshake, we all know this, it's fine. It's not that secret. But, so if Gabriella goes to Stella and is like, hey, can you help me get my magical stuff back? Is Stella like, ooh, you know, you didn't help me when I needed it, so no. And don't go asking anyone else, because we have you on a list of fairies to not help, because they didn't help us. And then, you know, Gabriella is like, can I see that list? So she gets the list, and she opens it, and it's like, oh my god, every fairy is on this list. You're on this list. Wow, everyone's just on this list. Because I don't recall reading a book where a fairy also helped another fairy along with Christy and Rachel. But, again, so many years since I've read them. So maybe that's happened. Maybe it happened in one I did read. I just don't remember it. If you know, let me know, because I'm curious. I'm trying to build a world here. So to get into Jack Frost's castle, which I don't remember if I mentioned is what they have to do to get the chest, they're going to dress up as package people. Delivery people. They're going to pretend to deliver a package. That's what I meant to say. But, like, I guess, is that like a regular thing? Does Jack Frost get a lot of deliveries? Is he gonna find it suspicious? What is the village like around him? Because I think he just kind of has a castle, and then it's like, here's fairyland, and then it's like over there, far, far, far away is Jack Frost's castle, but we don't talk about that because it's an eyesore. We don't let the tourists go there. The party's here. But, like, so where does he get his mail? Because I think, like, the fairies have just kind of cut him off from all things. Obviously, because that's why he's so angry all the time and stealing their stuff. That's rightfully his. So, would he fall for getting a delivery? Am I thinking too deep into this? Because this book is, like, for children? Yeah, but I'm gonna keep doing it, so... So these goblins are just falling for it. They're like, oh yeah, these fairy-looking folks without wings are here to deliver a cake. Wouldn't it be... It would make more sense if they turned into goblins to deliver... I don't know if you can hear that. The cake. But alas, they just look like themselves. Wouldn't the goblins know what they look like by now? Because I bet Jack Frost has Christy and Rachel's photos up in his castle too. But more of a warning thing instead of like the fairies who have it there for, like, oh, we must praise them. Jack Frost is like, if you see these girls, if you see Christy and Rachel, don't let them in. I don't want to see them. Don't let them in. But maybe he's not that smart, because he did lose all of his magical items to the fairies, so maybe he's just dumb. So they get into the kitchen, and there's a goblin just making his ice cream, and the girls are like, hey, have you seen a silver chest and maybe a vial of, like, violet-colored liquid? And he's like, listen, I have to cook. I can't help you with your problems right now. I have to cook. And he sounds pretty grumpy, so I don't think the holiday spirit or a celebration spirit or whatever it is in the room with him. So now where are we gonna look? But this poor guy, like, he just wants to look at him. He's angry. He just wants to make his ice cream. I hope he makes some good ice cream and that Jack Frost is like, nice. Or, I don't know. What's a cool compliment? He's probably like, and that's it. But, like, this goblin, it's gonna make his day. I hope he gets that. Two things. One, we found the next letter. It is an L, folks, for all of those following along at home. We found an L. So we now have E-C-L. Keep that in mind. Write it down. I know you have paper there. Anyway, so the girl's plan is to shrink Gabriella down and put them in her pocket. Put her in their pocket, sorry. So they can pretend that they already found the chest, get captured by the goblins, go to Jack Frost and be like, yep, she already has it, she's going back to Fairyland, and he'll reveal where it is in a panic. So, let's see if that plan works out. But yes, we got the L, we just need 3 more, and this book is almost done. So hopefully we get them soon. Christy and Rachel are running around doing that obvious, oh, she's not over here. Is she over there? Wow, I hope that fairy got away without getting caught. And the goblins fell for it. No one in this book has a brain cell. So the girls get captured as planned and they're brought to Jack Frost and he's like, you two, what are you doing here? Because he recognizes them. So why don't the goblins? Do they got anything up here? I don't think they do, because they've been kind of dumb for these 2 books, if I remember correctly. They were dumb in the last one, they're dumb in this one, so maybe they just have short-term memory and I'm being mean by calling them dumb. I'm so sorry. But at least someone recognizes them, and it even says, despite their delivery uniforms. As if that's gonna change what their face looks like. So their plan worked, and Jack Frost is now revealing where he keeps his thing, the little thing he stole, and it's under a floor with his face on it. But the funny thing is it's in the same place where his throne is. He would have seen it opened. Why is he like, oh no, she must have gotten it? Buddy, you've been in the same room with it this whole time. You would know if it was stolen or not. So no one has a brain cell, not even Jack Frost. He just has a slightly longer memory than the other goblins. So they trick Jack Frost into inhaling some of the drugs, the festive spirit, and now he's all happy, and they're like, hey, can we have that back? That would be nice. And he's like, of course, I want you guys to be happy. And like, this poor guy is getting robbed of his own possessions once more by these fairies. That sucks for him. So it looks like the goblins have now stolen something fire-related because Mr. Tate, I guess Rachel's dad, Christy Tate, who is it? I don't remember. Whichever one is the last named Tate, her dad can't light the fire. And they're like, oh, it's so cold in our hotel room because, you know, there's no heating besides the fire. And then the mom's like, it's okay, we'll just go to the bonfire and watch the fireworks and drink some hot drinks that are probably also warmed over a fire, because we gotta really drive it home that there is no fire. But this would be the worst case scenario because winters get very cold and they're not fun. So hopefully they can get that fire back, and hopefully we get 3 more letters. We have an I, so we now have Ecli. We're getting closer, folks. We're getting closer. Also, Jack Frost did steal the Fire Stone because he was bitter about losing the Happy Juice. So, they found the stone. The goblins are using it to make marshmallows for people. And look at how happy they are to be making those marshmallows for people. Do we really want to make the goblins sad? Yes, I guess, because they're the bad guys. But do we really want them to be sad? I like it when people are happy. Christy and Rachel are in line to buy bogmellows, as they're called, which are the goblin marshmallows. And they're like, we gotta hide our identity, as if the goblins know what they look like. Do you not remember when you just strolled into the castle, girl? You're fine. So they couldn't get the stone just by stealing it, swipe or no swiping, so they're making a statue of Jack Frost that they're going to offer for the goblins in exchange for the stone, because the goblins are only selling the marshmallows to try and raise money to buy Jack Frost a present for his party, which is nice of them, except he's going to be mad if they don't, which isn't nice of him, because he's bitter that all of his stuff was stolen by the fairies 25 years ago. Aw, the goblins were like, we'll give you the stone if you also just wrap the statue, and the girls were like, okay, and the goblins were like, yay, because they're useless. But anyways, things are going too well for page 146. We still have like 13, 14, 15 pages? I don't know. We have too many pages for it to be going this well. Jack Frost appeared and everyone was scared, but it's okay because he likes his present. So in the end, they get the stone back and then they save the fire of the holiday. And I hope Gabriella uses her magic tree rope to keep everything in place. Not just her items, but everyone's items. Because if you have it, utilize it. Also, there was an I at the end of the book, and I didn't bring it up because I was just finishing reading. So we have so we have Eclii. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Where's number 6? I don't know. So I'm going to go back and try to find number 6, but I'm pretty sure the word is icicle. But I don't know because we don't have all 6 letters yet. So I'll be right back. Obviously, because this is a video, you don't have to wait. I only found 5 again. Where's number 6? Okay, if you've read this book, I'm not looking through it again. I've already done it too many times. If you have this book or read it, the word was icicle. Like, it's obvious because there's so many I's and a C and an E. But where's, like, I only have Eclii. Where's the other letter? So we can't for sure say it's icicle because we don't have all the letters. How are we supposed to help the fairies if we can't unscramble their word? 2020 really is a bust. Oh. So I obviously don't know how to film outros. Outros? I don't know what this is called. So this is like my 4th time trying. This was a fun book to read. I like going back and reading books for younger kids. They're interesting. Sometimes they're pretty good. Like Animorphs. Wow, that series is dark. These ones, not so much, but they're still fun. I like reading them. I hope you like these videos. Down below, I've left some links to my social medias if you want to, I don't know, see what I'm reading. There's my Goodreads. There's everything else if you want to just chat about books. Like, please. I like talking about books, so if you ever want to and you need someone to do it with, I'm your gal. But, yeah, I promise I will film some more videos soon. I have a lot planned, and I have a bit more free time now to actually film them, so that will be fun. Yeah. Have a nice day. Thank you for watching,